Hi, Olivia. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. So I have with me here and Olivia Pasquerella. She was an intern at Instituto de Desarrollo. She's a student from Harvard, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Olivia. Right now, I'm a sophomore at Harvard and I'm studying social studies and philosophy. And this summer, I got to spend my time working at eDay.
So can you tell us a little bit more about and how was it for you to come here and what did you do?
Yeah. So this was my first time in Paraguay and my first time in South America, and everyone in eDay was incredibly welcoming to me. And I felt immediately like I was coming into a community that supported me. So I was here to do an internship with Pretext, which is a methodology made by a Harvard professor named Dora Summer. And so the methodology is all about like doing education workshops that promote love of reading texts and of making art. And so I was here with another intern, Josh Beck, and together we created plans and like implemented multiple different types of workshops and different topics. We did like philosophies of social change, quality education, youth leadership, English learning skills, lots of different things happened.
Great. And did you learn anything while being here? How was the experience? And when it came to you learning?
I think that I learned so much, and I feel like in some of the workshops I had to wonder like if I was doing more learning than the people that were supposed to be my students because I think that like first off like language learning I learned a lot more of the language this summer. I came in with like very little Spanish knowledge, and I think that like I at least picked up some things that are very useful conversationally, and just like in navigating the world, kinds of things that like a classroom is never going to teach you, especially the way that like US colleges like to teach foreign languages. And then also like in the workshops, even when we were like speaking in English, I feel like I was also still learning so much, because like we were able to facilitate workshops that got people to really talk about like experiences like socially, culturally, politically living in Paraguay. And those were not things that I had heard of before. Some of the specific experiences were new to me when I was hearing them in the workshops. And so it was awesome to hear, like, especially very young people, like when we had the colegio students talking about like their ideas about politics, and like social and cultural norms. Those kinds of things are really interesting to hear about.
It's like a different perspective that you didn't think about, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you have a favorite part of this experience? Like, which one was your favorite memory, let's say?
Mm. I definitely so hard to pick just one. I loved all the workshops that you went to, Sophie. And it was just like funny when the whole like gang was together. I feel like by the end of like especially those collegial workshops, like there was like not just like a group of people that like did the pretext workshops, but like a pretext friend group, which was just awesome. And then like outside of that, I think one workshop that has really stood out to me was the one workshop that Josh and I got to do with the deaf community at eDay. Was a really special experience because I think at that point, like we'd both already experienced like being in pretext workshops where we have to be more flexible about language, or we're just like challenged to kind of like communicate better in languages that we don't know. So we had, I think, at that point already done workshops in Spanish. But then it was like on top of that, we're doing workshops with people who don't speak Spanish, who speak like Paraguayan Sign Language and are learning how to write and read Spanish. And so it was just like this kind of like great little telephone translation game of like Josh and I are thinking in English, trying to speak in Spanish to the interpreter who's then interpreting in sign language. Um, and so there was like a little bit of an indirect thing in terms of like trying to communicate with the students. But a great thing that happened is the students took the initiative to try to connect with us, like me and Josh, directly. Like they started teaching us like different sign language things, and they gave us sign language names. And it was just like a really special experience. I've never done anything like that before in my life.
That's amazing. Do you remember your sign language name?
Yes. So it's this and this.
So, do you know what it means?
They said that my eyes sparkle in my
Oh,
nose.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, it was so so cute. And then Josh's was like this and then like this because he's smiley and also touches his hair a lot.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So, would you recommend this experience to another foreign students or students here in Paraguay to come and study at the and go through this experience with other interns?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking to like everyone I know who's even vaguely interested in education or traveling to South America, or literally anybody that I know in the college who can apply for the internship. I'm gonna try to find someone who like I can indoctrinate into like really wanting to go to Paraguay, and then just be like, and guess what? You can go for free. Like the university will pay you to go. Um, so I'm gonna try to help. Like I really think that like it's a fantastic experience, and that like other like American interns should experience that. But and then kind of outside of that, like I think that EDA is an awesome university. And of course, like I come from like a very American outside perspective, but I think that for people living in Paraguay, like it's a definitely an like it's an option that they should really heavily consider, because I think it's providing a super super quality education in a very like warm, small and like tight environment. Whereas I'm sure like in other universities, like the National University, like you're not going to get nearly as much like individual one-on-one attention. You're not going to be able to walk into the university and like know every single face there. And so I think that EDA is a really special place. Also, just in terms of like the quality of the programming it has, like there's so so many different options for like master's programs and like dual enrollment with classes at MIT and Harvard. So yeah, I think it's just really like a fantastic place, and more people should think about going there.
Well, thank you. I love talking to you again, and I hope we get to experience this again and maybe get Josh to come to an interview as well.
Yeah,
And
I'll text him again. I don't know what's going on there.
yeah,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Well, thank you so much for the experience, and it's great to have you at least via Zoom again. And you're
Yeah.
welcome anytime at
Aw, I miss you.